Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello everyone. I am Kausar Kiran from Southern Business School, University of Southern Punjab, Multan. Student in the subject of Issue in Pakistan Economy. Here we discuss the main topic, which is Structural Adjustment Program (SAP) and Pakistan. In today's lecture, we will discuss the Structural Adjustment Program (SAP), a major economic reform package introduced in many developed countries, including Pakistan. SAPs are designed by international finance institutions such as the IMF and the World Bank to stabilize economies facing several fiscal deficits, balance of payment crises, and structural weaknesses. Understanding SAPs is important because it has shaped economic policy, governance, and development outcomes. So, in this session, we discuss the overall problems and the structural adjustment program in Pakistan. So, understanding SAP is important because it has shaped economic policy, governance, and development outcomes in many parts of the developing world. So, first we discuss what is structural adjustment program. A structural adjustment program (SAP) is a set of economic reforms imposed by international lenders, primarily the International Monetary Fund (IMF) and the World Bank, as conditions for providing loans. So the question arises, students, what is the purpose of SAP? The purpose of SAP: stabilize the economy, improve balance of payment, reduce fiscal deficit, promote long run economic growth, restructure the economy to function more efficiently. SAP's aims to shift economies from state controlled system towards market oriented liberalization economies. So, why SAPs are introduced? What is the causes and what is the reasons? Country adopt SAPs when we face which problem face? The problem face, first of all, number one, balance of payment crisis. Rising imports greater than falling exports. It means if imports greater than falling export, that is called crisis of balance of payment. Shortage of foreign exchange reserves. Number second, large fiscal deficit. Government spending exceeds revenue, having borrowing. Number third point is high inflation. Excessive money supply, mismanagement of the economy. That is situation called high inflation. Number fourth point is low GDP growth. Inefficiency in state owned enterprises, that is called SOEs, low investment. The situation where low GDP growth, inefficiency in state owned enterprises, and low investment caused low GDP growth. Fifth point, pressure from international lenders. Countries often must accept SAP condition to secure loans or debt. Rescheduling major components of SAP. Policy reforms. The major components of SAPs is policy reforms. SAP especially include a combination of stabilizing policies and structural reforms. Now we discuss stabilization policies. Number one, fiscal discipline. Government reduce expenditure, remove or reduce subsidies, increase taxes to burden revenue. That situation called fiscal discipline. Number second, tight monetary policy. In this, we increase interest rate, control the money supply, reduce inflation. Students, when your economy reduce the inflation, control the money supply and increase interest rate, that is called tight monetary policy. Tight monetary policy actually refers to reduce inflation level. So the third point is exchange rate adjustment. Devaluation of currency to promote exports, moving toward a market based exchange rate, that is exchange rate adjustment. Now the second portion, structural reforms. Number 1, what is structural reforms? Number 1 point, trade liberalization, reduce imports tariff. If your economy, it's mean, if your economy reduce import tariff, remove quotas, promote free trade, that is called trade liberalization. Second is privatization, sell state owned enterprises to the private sector. So when you sell state owned enterprises to the private sector, this called improve efficiency and reduce government losses. When you privatize your sectors, then government losses will reduce. Number third point is deregulation. What is deregulation? Reduce excessive government control, make private business easier. So number fourth point is expected benefits of SAP. What is the benefit your economy expected? Number 1, economic efficiency. It means SAP's benefits depend on economic efficiency. When you start structural adjustment program in the economy, then your economy will be move efficiently. So in this, markets allocate resources better than government control. Students, number second point is increase exports, that is keep in mind, that is benefits of SAP's structural adjustment program. Why? Increase export, devaluation and trade liberalization encourage export growth. It means when your currency devalued and free trade or trade restriction removed, then this will cause the encourage your export growth. Number third point is reduce fiscal burden. Cutting subsidies means subsidies level low and privatization lowers government expenses. If your government expenses control and cutting subsidies, that is called reduce fiscal burden. Students, always remember fiscal policy owned by government. Fiscal policy owned by government and fiscal policy depend on government revenue and government expenditure. So you can say that fiscal policy is the summation of government revenue and government expenditure. Now the fourth point is foreign investment. What is foreign investment? Liberal policies attract FDI. When your economy policy liberal which attract FDI, that is called foreign investment. Number fifth point is low term growth. Structural reforms aim to enhance productivity and competitiveness. So if you want to long term growth, then your structural reforms aim to enhance productivity and competitiveness. Number fifth point is what is the negative impact of SAP? On the above we discuss what is the benefits. Here we discuss the negative impacts of SAPs. SAPs is structural adjustment programs. So SAPs are controversial. Many developing countries faced challenges after adopting them. Number 1, how many impacts? Number 1, social impact. When you discuss the negative impacts of SAP's students. Here we first of all discuss number 1, social impact. In the social impact, the first point is rising poverty. Cutting subsidies means low level. You reduce subsidies and increases prices hurt poor household. That is mean when government reduce subsidies and increase prices, that is affect your poor households, your middleman. So the second point is unemployment, privatization and deregulation lead to layoffs. So number third point is reduce in social spending. Social spending means education, health and welfare budget often shrink. Shrink means reduce. The level is reduced. Students, first we discuss social impact, then second we discuss what is economic impact. Number 1, in the economic impact, here we discuss number 1, currency depreciation. Currency depreciation in devaluation makes imports expensive, inflation increase. Number 2, industrial decline. Local industries struggle against foreign competition. So your industries will decline. Number 3, debt dependence. Countries remain dependent on IMF loans. So that is called debt dependence. So first we discuss social impact, second we discuss economic impact, then third point is political impact. In political impact, we discuss first heading, that is public protest. Public protests rising prices and unemployment target unrest. Number 2, loss of countries must follow the IMF or World Bank instructions. Number third point is structural adjustment program in Pakistan. Students, here we discuss the negative impact of SAPs. First, social impact, second, economic impact and third is political impact. Now, the question is structural adjustment program in Pakistan. If we imply, what is the result? Pakistan adopt SAPs multiple times. Its history. Students, when we discuss SAPs, then we would definitely struggle about the history of SAPs. SAPs, which is the result your economy. If you imply this structural adjustment program in Pakistan, what is the result in history and what is the result in future if you launch this program. So Pakistan when adopt SAPs multiple times, especially during the 1980s, 1990s and 2000. Recent IMF extended fund facility EFF programs, key reforms in Pakistan SAPs. What is key reforms? Number 1, privatization of banks, telecom and manufacturing units, removal of subsidies, especially energy and food, increase in taxes like GST. Next point is exchange rate liberalization, reduce in the public sector workforce. Next point is trade liberalization. Students, what is the impact in Pakistan positively? On the above side, we discuss what is the negative point of SAPs. Here we discuss what is the positive point which is impact in Pakistan. If you start SAP's structural adjustment program in Pakistan, the first point you achieve growth in the service sector. Number 2, banking sector improvements. Number 3 point, increase in export in certain period, market based reforms. Now the negative point is inflationary pressures. When you launch this program, your economy face inflationary pressures, high poverty, It means when SAP start in our economy, which depend on and impact the higher poverty level. Industries slow down. Your industries progress slow down. Heavy dependence on IMF programs. Rising inequalities. Students, there are lots of negative impacts of SAP. So, here we conclude all the today topic. Student, the structural adjustment program is an important policy framework that seeks to correct economic imbalances and restructure developing economies. While SAPs aim to promote stability, keep in mind students, SAPs aim to promote stability and long term growth. They often involve tough conditions that can lead to social and economic leadership in the short term. So, students, in Pakistan, SAPs have produced mixed results, bringing reforms and modernization in some sectors, but also contribute to inflation, unemployment, and rising public debt. A balanced and home ground reform planning is essential for sustainable and inclusive economic development. So, students, here the lecture in which we discuss what is structural adjustment program, its impact and historical benefits and negative point of SAPs. If you start this program in Pakistan, hopefully students you understand all the concept of SAPs. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.